At first glance, a young woman displayed all the signs of being a commendable equestrian. She diligently exercised her horse on a regular basis, and her selfies with the equines conveyed a sense of genuine care. However, it wasn't until certain photographs of the pair emerged on social media that the public became aware of the immense suffering endured by the horse. This young woman was none other than Charlotte Macpherson, hailing from the town of Kidderminster in central England. At the age of 22, she was an enthusiastic equestrian who owned Thor, a 10-year-old former racehorse. Charlotte would ride Thor twice a week, but when not with him, she housed the thoroughbred at stables in the nearby hamlet of Storton. In addition to their regular rides, Macpherson and Thor actively participated in organized equestrian events. In the spring of 2016, they took part in a nearby fun ride hosted by the Bissell Wood Equestrian Center. These rides typically spanned around 7 miles, traversing the picturesque local countryside. Notably, the entry fee for the Bissell Wood ride also covered a veterinary checkup for all participating animals. Just before the event commenced, a skilled veterinarian conducted a thorough examination of the participating horses to evaluate their health and preparedness for the course. However, when the vet reached Macpherson and Thor, it proved challenging for the animal expert to conduct a detailed assessment. This difficulty arose because Macpherson had covered Thor's hindquarters with an exercise sheet. Typically, horse riders use such a blanket-like material to keep their animals warm. However, in this particular case, the sheet served an additional purpose. Its primary function was to conceal the true extent of Thor's distressing physical condition. The presence of this cover raised concerns for Neville Cope, the 74-year-old organizer of the event. Cope expressed his observations in a statement given to the Daily Telegraph, stating, "She concealed the horse's ribcage by placing a blanket over it. We have a veterinarian specifically assigned to ensure their well-being, but the rug on Thor prevented them from assessing his condition." Despite the concerns raised by Cope and others at the event regarding Thor's exercise sheet, Macpherson proceeded to complete the ride. A photographer even snapped pictures of her and her horse as they made their way around the course. When the resulting images later appeared on Facebook, however, they caused outrage. In fact, as a result of what they had seen online, many people reported Macpherson to animal welfare charities. Then, upon further investigation, some animal lovers came across a shocking selfie that the rider had taken with Thor, and it was only then that the true extent of the animal's suffering came to light. That particular image appeared to show carefree Macpherson smiling happily as she led Thor out of his stable. However, with nothing covering the animal's body in the shot, it was clear to see that the horse was extremely thin. Indeed, the shape of his entire ribcage is shown protruding alarmingly underneath his skin. Then the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals (RSPCA) picked up on the harrowing case. And when Susie Smith, an inspector with the leading UK animal welfare charity, first set eyes on Thor, the animal's terrible condition appalled her. Thor looked incredibly thin, and you could see pretty much every bone in his body. The Daily Telegraph quoted Smith as saying, "And Smith wasted no time in getting Thor to a safe place and arranging a thorough health check for him. It was obvious to anyone who saw him that he was not well," Smith continued in her statement. A vet examined Thor and gave him a body condition of 0 out of 5. "He was that thin," Smith added. While in this body condition, Macpherson rode him twice a week. She further elaborated, "Not only was he thin, but he also had a sore on his spine, which was directly underneath the saddle." Thor would have been in a lot of pain while he was being ridden, and after an in-depth examination, RSPCA vets concluded that a high worm egg count had caused Thor's weight loss. This can occur when an animal has not been warmed properly. However, now that its experts had determined the cause of the horse's condition, the organization could help Thor get better. Meanwhile, authorities charged Macpherson with causing unnecessary suffering and failing to protect a horse from pain, suffering, injury, and disease. And at a hearing at Birmingham Magistrates Court in August 2016, Macpherson pleaded guilty to the offenses. All she could do from then on was await her sentencing in December that year. Then at the second hearing, magistrates ordered Macpherson to carry out 160 hours of unpaid community service. They also fined her £300 or $395 in trial costs, as well as a £60 or $79 victim surcharge. Furthermore, the court banned McPherson from owning horses for 10 years, and the way in which the magistrates had dealt with McPherson's negligent behavior was welcomed by fun ride organizer Cope. "I am over the moon that she has now been seriously penalized because I was appalled by it," the Bissellwood veteran said to the Daily Telegraph. "I've been involved in horses all my life, and never ever have I seen a horse in as bad a state as this. I was absolutely disgusted," Cope continued. Upon her return from the ride, the shocking sight revealed when McPherson removed the rug left us all appalled. "We are delighted that justice has been served, as it should be," explained Neville Cope, providing further context. "We have a veterinarian to ensure the well-being of all horses, but unfortunately, we missed this." With the assistance of the RSPCA, Thor was able to leave his troubled past behind. The journey at his recovery was gradual, as his initial condition was too precarious for immediate deworming, according to Inspector Smith's press release. However, within 5 months, Thor began gaining weight and underwent proper deworming, eventually displaying a 0-worm egg count. "We are immensely grateful to the Retraining of Racehorses charity for their support in covering the veterinary expenses. We would also like to express our gratitude to the entire team dedicated to Thor's care and well-being." The good news regarding Thor's remarkable progress did not stop there. "Thor has made remarkable strides, and he has found a new home," revealed Inspector Smith in her press statement from December 2016. "He now revels in his new life, and as he trots across a field, it is hard to fathom the adversity he endured earlier in the year." I hope you liked this video. Please share it with your loved ones and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.